In the early part of last century, politician, farmer and ranting man of the people, William Cobbett, set out on his rural rides. They were a series of journeys recording the changing face of the countryside at a time when it was in an even greater state of flux than it is today.
"There is no pleasure in travelling," he wrote, "except on horseback. Carriages take you from place to place, but they enable you to see and know nothing at all about the country."
And I have to agree with Cobbett on that. If you want to see the countryside at its best, then you have to climb up on one of these. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing over the next 3 weeks, as I follow one of Cobbett's rural rides, from here at Holteye in East Sussex, all the way to Dover in Kent. Cobbett was a man of strong opinions. He had enough of them to fill a barn, and could never be accused of being mealy-mouthed about any of them. I can understand that. Spending as much time in the saddle as I do, I know that riding is good thinking time. It's when I have all my best, and probably my worst ideas. I'll be sharing a few of his thoughts with you as Cinders and I follow Cobbett's journey through Kent and Sussex. Among the treats that our journey will present will be the curious case of the bones of Hythe, the extremely dangerous sport of sedan chair racing, the Salvador Dali of garden design, and probably the most serious model railway network in the world. Cobbett passed along here on the morning of Saturday, August the 30th, 1823. But the horseman hacking through the countryside was no amiable old buffer. Cobbett was a one-man crusade, loved by many, probably hated by even more. Cobbett was a stout defender of the countryside and all those who worked here. He hated the way that absentee landlords hoovered up farm subsidies while caring nothing for the workers, the land, or the environment. He was a green activist of his day, opinionated, outspoken, and determined. I've ridden thousands of miles all over the world and have picked up what some of the jodhpur-clad people in England might consider to be some pretty appalling habits. Cinders has got no bit in her mouth. I ride a big, heavy saddle. I wear a pair of jeans, and worst of all, I don't wear a hard hat. However, I am really careful. I never gallop. I never ever jump over fences or ditches. And whenever I come to some heavy traffic, then I get off and walk. All I'm saying is that it works for us. Because for me, riding my horse is the antithesis of an adrenaline sport. It's a chance to slow down and savour the sights, smells and sounds of the countryside, whether it's the Welsh borders, the American plains, or southern England.